The air quality in the national capital has again, with the AQI readings crossing the 400 mark in the several parts of the city. Air pollution can lead to multiple ailments. It is known to affect the lungs, eyes, skin and heart. But let's talk about an unknown impact of air pollution. The dirty air you breathe can raise your blood sugar levels and trigger an onset of diabetes. A case of air-pocalypse causing diabetes. Doctors now warn that the air we breathe may be raising blood sugar levels and worsening India's already massive diabetes burden. Fine particulate matter like PM 2.5 and other pollutants acts as endocrine disruptors. They interfere with insulin's action in liver and muscles and can directly damage the pancreatic beta cells that produce insulin. When insulin production fails and resistance rises, blood sugar levels go up, leading to diabetes. It also important to note and understand that the oxidative stress is a major contributing factor by which air pollution leads to diabetes. Pollution can also activate the inflammatory pathways in our body. This reduces insulin sensitivity. The result is a slow but steady metabolic imbalance that can eventually manifest as diabetes. Why this particular finding is alarming? Because it is adding to India's national diabetes burden. According to the International Diabetes Federation, India had around 89.8 million adults between 20 to 79 living with diabetes in 2024, up from 61 million in 2011, making it the second most affected country after China. The figure is projected to cross 134 million by 2045 if current trends continue. On this issue, I am joined by Dr. Parjeet Kaur, Associate Director, Endocrinology and Diabetes, Vedanta Hospital, and Dr. Gaurav Jain, Consultant, Internal Medicine and Endocrinology, Dharmshila Narayana Super Speciality Hospital. Thank you both of you for joining me. Let me straight away go to Dr. Parjeet Kaur. Madam, this is like truly alarming. You know, we used to think that diabetes is about genes, food, lack of activity, something which you, parts on which you could work. But air pollution, I mean to say, you have no choice.
Right. Exactly. So when we talk about lifestyle factors, we often forget there are environmental factors also influencing us. And I think air pollution is definitely playing a big role, which you're very right. We were not aware of, and that this can actually cause diabetes and also worsen the blood glucose level of people who have diabetes. So we have solid evidence on that. Actually, we have robust data. There are many studies conducted on the long-term studies, prospective studies, which have shown clearly and they have linked that long-term exposure to air pollution can lead to increased chances of developing diabetes. In fact, they have quantified also that if you are increasing this PM 2.5 pollution by 10 microgram per cubic meter, it is increasing the risk of developing diabetes by almost 20 to 25%. And in fact, we have data from India as well. The study conducted 2 years back in Chennai and Delhi. It also clearly linked high pollution with the increased incidence of diabetes. So no doubt, this is one of the factors among other lifestyle factors, and this is what we are facing right now, increasing levels of pollution in Delhi NCR specifically. One has to be aware and one needs to take care of a lot of things, which means because people who already have diabetes, their blood sugar levels are also getting worsened. There's, so in terms of short-term exposure, when we are talking about, it's worsening the blood glucose levels of people who have already have diabetes, and in long term, of course, who are already at risk are getting diabetes early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, according to the Lancet Global Burden of Disease Study 2019, South Asia tops the global rise in diabetes linked to air pollution. It saw the burden rise by 4 times or around 400%, highest in the world between 1990 and 2019. This is greater than the sub-Saharan Africa. Dr. Jain, can you just explain it to the viewers? How does it happen? How is air spiking your sugar levels? And what can be done to manage that, sir?
Management, we'll come to later, but how does it do it? Well, we have a lot of theories and we have a lot of data points for that. The basis of all of this is inflammation. So PM 2.5 particles can cause inflammation not only inside the lung, but in your liver, in your adipose tissue, and all across the body. And when this inflammation affects you, it produces certain cytokines or certain chemicals inside the body, which basically disrupt your body's metabolic processes. So, in trying to basically sum up a very lengthy and very scientific discussion, inflammation causes elevation of sugars inside the body by disrupting the body's capacity to use that sugar. So, if you're not able to utilize that sugar tends to accumulate inside your body, accumulate in your blood, raises your blood sugar levels, and at the same time it affects your body's capacity to utilize or actually burn out those extra carbohydrates in the body, which lead to an elevated HbA1c or diabetes, as you can actually see it.
So,
It also has also shown us that there are indirect pathways as well. So when you look at the PM10 particles which affect the liver, so again, by affecting the liver's metabolism of fat, causing more fatty livers in these patients, you can again disrupt the metabolism of the body, and in the long term, again lead to more diabetes and more other lifestyle diseases as well.
can you just decode what inflammation is? Is it the swelling you are talking about of the organs, internal organs, Dr. Jain?
By inflammation, yes, it is not always swelling of the organ as a whole, but there are intracellular markers or individual cells inside the body get affected by these pollutants, especially nitrous oxide and other chemical agents, which then produce certain things called chemokines and cytokines, in interleukins 2, 6, 8. There are a lot of these chemicals which are there in the body. So it produces an inflammatory response, or your body's own macrophages and other cells, which are basically designed to fight infections, then start damaging your own cells, which have been afflicted by these foreign pollutants.